Hey dude. Okay, so I had a quick look. Um, I'm playing half speed right now. Really cool. I like the black and white render as well. It's quite cool. Yeah, overall it's nice. I think it feels heavy. Obviously the camera shake helps. Uh, First thing I would say is to me uh the arms, what the arms are trying to do here doesn't make much sense. And kind of doesn't help with trying to make him like a badass. It's almost like I don't know. It's a little bit. I think is especially the left arm, this one here, and that pose here. It almost you see if I stop on this frame, it almost look like a guy just like that is gonna fall. You see. I have this feeling a little bit like someone tripping on something. So, mm, not great, I'd say. I'd say. If you want the arms to do something, why not? But perhaps should be more subtle than this, and perhaps at least tweaking that pose here. Um, and I like that after that, he kind of look on the side here, like, hey, hope nobody saw me almost tripping. Yeah, sorry, it's my stupid brain, but you know, yeah, that's something I would say. In terms of body mechanic, though, so just to come back on the arms, unfortunately, I don't have much to suggest. I think what I would do if something is a bit, let me try to speed that up. Hopefully, it won't be too sped up. Okay, it's just to try to spot. I think you see, actually, it's funny being played at twice the speed. The arm movement feels less annoying, in my opinion, and at the right speed, it's perhaps that's too slow. Perhaps that's too slow because here it's way more annoying than at twice the speed. Usually, when you speed up something, it can brings whatever is odd will like pop up, pop rather. It can help sometimes. It's not always true, right? But yeah. So I would say I don't know. I do work on this arm motion because right now I feel it's not helping your animation. Um, I would say as well in terms of body mechanic, I like it overall. I think it feels good, feels heavy. Uh, there are few things I think so. As you probably know, I geek out a lot on like contacts and weight, how what the toes and the feet are doing when the weight is taking on, and what the heel is doing once the weight is on it. So I think you could work those contact and peel off a bit more. If you look at this feet here, when it peels off. You see here, you've got some, I think the feet should still be in contact, and you should try as much as possible to have the toes bent. Sorry, drawing not great, but you know what I mean? Instead of being on the claws right now, I think it should still be on the toes, on the last part of the toes, if you know what I mean. Because you see, it starts here, so it's right here that we should feel the more power happening because right now he's pushing, right? And see how the feet is hovering from this frame. Whereas if you were like your whole weight, I mean, it's not true because he's moving forward, but let's pretend your whole weight is on your three toes. Trust me, your toes will be squashed, and like you will not hover like this. So especially if you have clothes that enable you to, just really get into the ground to help you push. So I would work on the peel off more. I would also work on I don't find currently this shape here being too nice. I think it's due to this part here. I don't really like the drawing tools in. I got used to uh, I got used to Epic Pen and anyway, yeah. So I think when he pushes, let me try to mimic that with my own foot. Yeah, when you push, you really want the so this is basically your heel, right? Um, and your toes. So when you push, you really want your heel movement to. All right, this is a bit confusing. Let me go on the right frame here. So you want the heel here, so that bone here, to move forward. So we really feel the push. So if you combine the toes being in the ground, locked as much as possible. By the way, you can add after that a little bit of sliding, a little bit of, the claws going into the ground and scratching the ground. That will help. You could also, because I see you have good eye for detail in your rendering and stuff, add a little bit of like, a little bit of particle going like, once his claws will scratch the ground. That will help. Anyway, that's for later. For now, body mechanic needs to be nailed. So move the heel forward a little bit, give it a little impulse when it pushes. So here you want the heel to move a bit more forward, right? Because first I was annoyed a little bit by that shape. So overall the shape is okay, right? But I don't know, that's something I find this shape could be improved a little bit. And problem is, so I guess what I'm telling you, the shape will not be improved. I just thought of that because then your heel will be slightly lower, so you will have a bend here and like a straight here, which is gonna make things worse. So let me, I think you're gonna need to work on a little bit on that shape. Um, Perhaps it's just the impulse that needs to be a bit more clear. So, the same way as you could have that. I was gonna say the same way as the heel takes the weight. So as soon as the weight is on this leg, so right now it is, you have like 2 to 5 frames depending of the weight to basically have something a bit more visible to lower the heel. So once the weight is on the heel, it just the heel just takes the weight, it lowers down, and then it locks. But you've got like few frames where you want the heel to you wanna see the heel moving downwards. Perhaps it's happening right now, but I would say it could be a bit more noticeable. I think it's perhaps because you have like a slide here, which I like. Yeah, it's going down, but you see it doesn't continue to go down. So I would keep going down for another 2 or 3 frames, something a bit more noticeable, and then once the weight is definitely on the leg, like here, it locks and doesn't move anymore. And then the same happen when it pushes. So you have like a little window, like 3 frames something, where you want to feel a nice push combined with a nice peel of the feet of the foot. Um, so perhaps it's just an impulse that needs to happen a bit clearer. Yeah. So if you give your space, if you organize yourself around this idea, perhaps you can keep that shape. Yeah, perhaps it's just that back leg. Let me see. Sorry, I'm just a bit lost in my thoughts now. To be honest, I don't know. It would be good to be able to play with the rig while I'm telling you that. But yeah, I guess what's happening is that this shape here will kind of stay locked for a few frames. So you see here, even though it pushes, the shape stays the same. So perhaps you could have a bit of a greater extension. Perhaps that could help. So right now your bone is right there, and perhaps should be right there while he pushes. So all I'm saying is you need to work on your pushes. And that's fine to geek out on that, I think, because dude, this guy just have two major legs and like let's not even talk about those tiny arms. So that's all that matters really. So that's why I'm geeking out because that's all I can see. Is like those big feet. I think you could work on the as same as you can work on your pushes, you can work on your landings. Um, I don't know. Right now, it's a little bit too simple. You took the decision to do like soft landings. I think this is fine. That kind of works. But I would like to see. So I like that I see the feet being squashed here. All right, let me remove my ugly drawing. You see the shape is changing. This is quite nice. But how come I don't see like a little, you know, I should see more with the toes. So either a little like secondary action like up and down of one claw before the claw actually grip the ground, something like that. Here you sh I shouldn't see lights here. The weight is on the foot. So honestly, here it should be as flat as you can, as squat as you can. His claw should be, just watch like just picture it's a cat climbing a tree. Trust me, you won't see any lights happening here, especially if it has only two legs. Yeah. Same here, by the way, right? What I said about the left leg, left back leg should be applied to the other leg. So that's what I would say on the body mechanic. Like I said, I can geek out on this thing quite heavily. The other thing I was gonna say is I find the base of the tail being very locked. I tried to pay attention with your render of what was happening with the hips. It seems like from the top view your hips are swaying left and right. So you know, if that was the top view, so that's his belly, neck, and head, eyes, nose, blah blah blah. That's the back, and the tail here is happening here. It seems like you have, gonna change color. Seems like you have a nice enough sway happening, but I'm not sure about that because all I could do was judge with what I can see in this render. Um, Hold on 1 second. Yep, I'm fetching at the same time. Um, yeah, so, but like I said, the if you look at the base of the tail, so that part here, I think it's a bit too stiff, in my opinion. I think you've got enough swing, but perhaps you could find a way to make these part of the mesh. Trying to draw. Yeah, have this part of the mesh moving a bit more. So either rotating it, um, from side to side. Again, that was kind of perhaps this drawing is doesn't make too much sense, but you know, rotating it that way, I mean, so around the controller, not on the 2D view here, up and down. That's not what I mean. If that makes any sense, I hope it does. Um, I don't know, find a way because the tip of the tail is very flexible as it should be. I mean, it should be more flexible than the base, but this is very locked. Perhaps it's not, but with your camera, that's how it feels a little bit. So I would make this move a bit more. All right. I think Um, I think that's mainly it. I mean, I could go on and on. The head, the neck here, same, feels a little bit like one piece, especially when you are roaring like this. I would kind of like to, perhaps see a bit more um, fluidity in the neck. To be honest, right now on those range on this range here, it feels a little bit like the neck is overstretched and you just took the controller of the head, the IK, and you just moved it up. So we are lacking a change of shape here. If you are doing an under arc thing, I think you could under arc roar. I think you could work this out a bit better. Yeah. And also, yeah, overall, I would say the neck feels very overstretched, like one piece. The head moves a lot, and it's nice. We see the crest here, breaking. You see the crest changing shape, and this feels a little bit too much. So if you look at this part of the mesh, it's gonna go into the crest here. So I'm gonna remove my ugly drawing, and you will see. You see here what I mean? So I don't think this should happen because actually we can even see one spot here. That spot, pay attention to that spot. This is going through the mesh. So that tells me it shouldn't happen. Ah, that's a black thing on his back, a spike. Yeah. So yeah, that's unfortunately that we can feel that a little bit. So yeah, it doesn't help with selling that it's a living thing if unnatural things happen like this. So yeah, I guess you could work on that. And then I don't really like the head movement from here. So, like I said, it was funny to me that he's looking at us, and ultimately that's fine. It's just I think you are losing a little bit of opportunity to. So the head should be still, right? But there should still be a little bit of impact from when he lands. It's a bit too still right now. So there you go, man. A bit more details. Main thing I would say, honestly, if you want to keep it this way, change the arms, and then work on your peels and landing, peels of landing, and tail, base of the tail. um, and then it would be cool to have. So once you have finished, right? I'm giving you ideas. Perhaps you have others and all, but when he runs, like I said, when he pushes, once you will have nice peel off, you can just throw a little bit of, you know, just little bit of rocks around, like, every time he pushes, that would be cool. And when he rolls, uh, I mean, we all overdid it, right? But perhaps, I don't know, some sort of, you know, spit or whatever. I didn't pay attention to the tongue. Let me check the tongue. Yeah, it's cool. Not sure what the tongue should do, but it's nice that we kind of see it here through we have this nice distinctive shape here, breaking the silhouette. That's very nice. Um, I wanted to see as well, perhaps some, perhaps you have this already. Yeah, I like the shakes that you have, especially here. Here it's quite interesting. I mean, to be honest, yeah, I mean, obviously, as you know, the fat is hanging, so there shouldn't be much fat around here, um, especially for the dino. But it's nice. I think it works. So yeah, all you have, yeah, actually, I didn't notice this, but the what's happening here is actually really cool here. That's nice. Not sure what that is, an alien inside him, but no, I'm joking. Yeah, no, it's working really well. But I would like to see that a bit more on the tights, muscles, perhaps knee in and out would help as well. Perhaps on the shin here that would help. Uh, I'm not sure if it's called the shin. I know exactly the muscle in French, but anyway, that muscle here, perhaps moving a little bit. Not sure if you've got controls, but it seems like you have some nice controls. So yeah, that would help. Also, you know that little thumb here? Don't know if you've got controls, but you could make use of that as well a little bit. Perhaps when he reaches forward, you could break this out a little bit just to I don't know, just trying to give you some ideas. But overall, it's looking really nice. Damn, it's looking really nice. So yeah, there you go, man. Sorry, long feedback. Bye bye.